All right. Second block students, this is physical science. I'm going to go over what your assignment is today, and I'll try to get this posted so you can look at the video. Remember, remote students, you have to be on the Google Meet and submit what work is due today to be counted present. We do a lot of this together, so there's no excuse for you not submitting it if you get on the Google Meet. You can't just be on the Meet. It will not be enough. You have got to do the work. I cannot stress this enough. You've got to do the work. Tomorrow is a regular remote Friday. So before we go any further, I am going to show you or tell you what is due tomorrow or what you're going to do tomorrow. So on Friday, you're going to need to work on any missing work, but I have on here our Plasma Games assignment. If you've been face-to-face, you have joined this. I may have to find and add the joining information, which I think is down here. Create a student account under Plasma Games. If you haven't done that, you'll need to do that. And you've got to go in and play up to level 4. I will be doing an activity with what you've done so far next week. So I need you to do up through level 4. Right now, this is counted as extra credit. So if your grade is low, this will give you some extra credit points. But you've got to have at least played that much in the game. And for those of you that are gamers, it's probably not that exciting of a game, but just bear with me and go through it. And we're going to be doing an assignment with it next week. Today, you have 2 videos that you're going to need to do on your own, and they're the regular ed puzzles. And then what we're going to look at is identifying ionic and covalent bonds. So to refresh a minute, I'm going to get to a blank slide here. Oops. To recognize an ionic bond, you need your periodic table, and you're looking at the elements, at the chemical compound. So if you have CaO, you're going to look on the periodic table. You're going to see that Ca, so if you have a periodic table, you're going to see that Ca is a metal because it's on the left-hand side. So this is a metal. You're going to see that O is on the right-hand side. It is a non-metal. And so this would be an ionic bond. Okay? Trying to think of any others. If you see more than 2 capital letters, so if you see NaOH, and this is a metal, this is going to be an ionic bond. Covalent bonds are only nonmetals. All right, it's just going to be nonmetals. So for covalent bonds, it would be like CO2, carbon is a nonmetal. Oxygen is a nonmetal. NO2, that would be a covalent bond. So if all of the capital letters are nonmetals, it's a covalent bond. If it starts with a metal and it is with a nonmetal ionic, but if it starts with a metal and then it has a combination of other nonmetals, it is an ionic bond. trying to think of anything else. The metalloids, that touch the zigzag line, generally are going to act like a non-metal. So with that information, we're gonna look at what your assignment today. We're gonna do a couple of them together. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna click over here. This is your assignment. And you have a list over here. And what you're going to do is you're going to write the formula right here. If it's ionic, you write the formula here. If it's covalent, you're going to write the formula here. Here it says metal elements, non-metal elements. All right? For covalent, names of nonmetals. So I'm going to start with the first one, Ag. I'm going to look on my periodic table, and Ag, if it's not in the first two columns, look in this middle section. Ag is silver. It's a metal. Fluorine, always start with column 7 first, 6 or 7. Fluorine is a nonmetal. So I know that this right here is a ionic. So I'm going to write that. So I would type it. I'm writing, just it's easier for teaching purposes, but you would use your text box. It would probably be the easiest. Then you're going to say metal elements. Metal elements is the first one. You can put the symbol here or you can write it. So Ag, non-metal element F. So you've done this, we've done this one right here. Trying to look at another one. Let's go down here to this one right here. All right, this one right here, I have carbon, which is C. I have hydrogen. Remember, it's on the left side, but it is a nonmetal. I have another carbon, I have oxygens, and I have hydrogens. Those are all nonmetals. So I'm going to put this one over here, CH3, COOH. All right, then it says the names of the nonmetals. There's only 3 nonmetals here, even though you see their symbols abbreviated or multiple times. So I'm going to write carbon. Whoops, if I can spell it. I'm going to write hydrogen. And I'm going to write oxygen. They want you to write the names out here. Over here, you can put the symbols. Over here, please. I just wanted to show you any of these that have multiple, capital letters, put them in the ionic, okay? Especially if they start with a metal. If they have multiple capital letters, you are going to put them in ionic. If there's 2 capital letters, you have to decide if it is a 2 nonmetals or a metal and a metalloid. So this is what you're doing on this one. And then for the second part, you may have to search on the internet to do the sort. So you have these phrases over here that you're going to sort. Does it go with ionic compounds? Does it go with covalent? Does it go with metallic? We didn't quite get to the notes that I think that goes over this part. So you will need to Google properties of ionic compounds and pick out the ones that go. Properties of covalent, pick those out. And properties of metals, pick those out. So you need to Google to complete the second page. So that is all that you're doing today. You have, and I didn't do the bell ringer, so we'll do that kind of at the end here. So we've got 2 videos you'll watch, this identifying ionic and covalent bonds, and then let's go over the bell ringer together. Should have done that first. This is practicing what we did yesterday. So if I'm going to go sit down over here so I can type. Remember, with the bell ringer, you're going to click Submit Assignment, so you get a text box. We're going to look at number 1. It says, count the atoms of each formula. I have Na and Cl with no numbers. So for number 1, that means Na has 1 and Cl has 1. Let's look at number 2, Mg. Br2, Mg, no number, it has 1, Br2, or Br has 2. So I'm going to go Mg equals 1, Br equals 2. 3, scroll back up so we can see it. Oh, we have this outside here. So Fe is 3. And N is 2, but it's going to each be multiplied by 4. So F equals 4 times, and let me see what it was, 3, which equals 12. And N is 4 times 2, which equals 8. Notice I messed up here. Fe should be, F should be capitalized. And the last one, we didn't do any with parentheses yesterday. Parentheses is like in math, distributive properties. So Ca is 1, O is 2 times 1, and H is 2 times 1. So we've got 4 Ca equals 1. O equals 1 times 2, which is 2, and H equals 1 times 2, which is 2. So when you're finished with that, you will submit. And so for today, let me just go over it one more time. You have the 2 videos. Get down to right here. Thursday, 2 videos. If you didn't do the video from yesterday, you have that. And you have this sheet that I went over with you. Remember the second page, you have to Google to get that done. Tomorrow, you have the bell ringer. And you have the plasma games, and you need to do anything that you have not completed. Get caught up on any missing work. If you have questions, you can email me today. I may not be able to respond real quick, but because we have other classes. But this is second block. Just let me know right up here under week 7. That's where I'm going to put the recordings for yesterday and today if you need them. Here's the periodic table file if you need that. Again, let me know if you have any questions, and I can try to help you. But you have got to be on your Google Meets, and you have to submit work.